Go to first, beats out Falia by a step. Out number 1 recorded, and Connor Bigniski digs in. Bigniski, the designated hitter tonight for the Bullfrogs. His last time up would fly up to the third baseman, or pop up, if you will. On the season for the Frogs, batting just 167, would go 0 for last night, and 0 for in the last game against the Kenosha Kingfish as well, despite managing 3 hits in his first 2 games. First pitch to him. It's a fastball that finds the zone, 0-1. Low and wide, about shin, or rather thigh level or so of Bigniski. Michael Costanzo out there on the mound, kicks the leg and sends in the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Nice change up there from Costanzo, absolutely fools Bigniski. Bigniski, despite the fact he's not gotten that many hits, I feel like he's come around for the Frogs quite often. Has worked the walk a couple of times, gotten on base due to some errors a few times, and already on the season with 4 runs scored. The 0-2 pitch, check swing, they said he went around. It was a drop strike 3. Carson Comer picks it up and applies the tag, and Bigniski could not believe it. It's just a 2-man crew tonight, so you can't appeal down to third base because of a left-handed batter. The other umpire stands on the first base side, and so with being a lefty, there's no appeal, and sure enough, the home plate umpire says, you went around.
Would you be the guy that, you be at a party, somebody, busts out a...
Riley Smith digs in now for the Bullfrogs, the University of Minnesota product. First pitch to him. Now it's a fastball that runs low in the dirt. 1-0. Riley Smith, his last time up, would get on base due to an E5. Or rather, my apologies, Riley Smith, he's the guy that hit the blooper into right field for the lone hit of the day for the Bullfrogs. The 1-0 to him, a fastball high and wide, 2-0. Coming into this inning, Costanzo already at 37 pitches, as both pitchers have really gotten up there through 2. Wallersheim, he is at 35. It's been some long at-bats for both teams, fighting tonight. 2-0. Swung on, slow, grounded to short. Brashears has it, the throw to first is in time. And out number 3 is recorded. The Bullfrogs go down in order. 1, 2, 3. That'll do it for the top of the 3rd inning. Stay tuned for the bottom half. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM, tied up at 0.
It's the best time of the year to update your ride. NEW Credit Union's Super Summer Loan Sale. From July 10th to 28th, get super low rates as low as 2.49% annual percentage rate.
To jumpstart the big event, from July 10th to the 16th, you can find your perfect car, truck, or SUV from a selection brought in by trusted local dealers right to our credit union offices in Oconto Falls, Oconto, and Surrey. Compare them side by side, or you can also visit a participating dealer and see their expanded selection.
Call NEW Credit Union for details at 800-924-1250. That's 800-924-1250. Get up to 100% financing during the Super Summer Loan Sale.
Borrower must meet NEW Credit Union membership eligibility and creditworthy requirements. All loans subject to approval. Example of repayment would be a monthly payment of about $17.75 per $1,000 borrowed for 60 months. Federally insured by the NCUA. Super Summer Loan Sale at NEW Credit Union. Get ready to own it!
Hello and welcome back to Simmons Field. Sunday afternoon baseball on tap for you tonight. South Division in the Northwoods League. The Bullfrogs are tied up with the Kenosha Kingfish 0-0 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Bullfrogs are on a 2-game winning streak coming into this one and looking to win 3 straight for the first time this season. The Kenosha Kingfish on the season have the series lead 4-3. The Bullfrogs looking to split it, and this is the last time these 2 teams will face off. Carson Brashears digs in for the Kingfish, watches the first one go by for a strike. 0-1 delivery, a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, 0-2. Carson Brashears, the utility player for the Kingfish last night, saw himself playing second base and then moves over to shortstop today. is down on the count 0-2. The Gonzaga product stands in and watches the 0-2 go to him. Breaking ball right over the plate, strike 3. And Connor Wallersheim has now dealt in 3 strikeouts in a row. 4 on the night.
Now batting for the Kingfish.
4 different batters have all gone down to him. As we are back up to the top of the lineup, and Connor Doyle, the center fielder, digs in. Got on bases last time up due to an error, and watches a fastball run by wide, 1-0. Connor Doyle would manage to get over to second base as Mike Bidet would follow up his error with the single, and then he would steal third. Would be stranded there, however, as the 1-0 goes by inside and low, 2-0. About shin level that time of Doyle, who on the season is batting .276. The 2-0. Swung on, a fly ball into right field, foul into the bullpen of the Bullfrogs. And Troy Johnson, the right fielder, can't get over there. Jared Toby over there in the bullpen stands up to greet Troy Johnston, raises his hand, and Johnston gives him a high five and runs back into the outfield grass. The Bullfrogs notably here on a 2-game winning streak. Everyone seems to be in a better mood, as you can imagine. 2-1, swung on. Ground ball, right side, that gets past the second baseman, Ben Hart, and into right field for a base hit. The second hit of the game for the Kingfish. First of the game for Doyle. He's now 1 for 2. Mike Bidet, the second baseman, his last time up would get on base due to a ground out, or rather a ground ball that was nearly a ground out, straight back to Connor Wallersheim. He raises his glove to try to make the play on it, and it wasn't hit very hard, and Wallersheim, from his trajectory, saw that the ball was coming at him. He thought it was coming at him much faster, and kind of swept up the glove and just missed it. Went past him, slowly bouncing, as Mike Bidet swings in the first pitch he sees. It's a fly ball into center field, and Mikey Falia grabs the can of corn for out number 2. And Wallersheim, he's obviously standing out there on the mound. It's dangerous territory when guys hit the ball straight back at you. And so he was kind of freaked out by it, and it was a slow bouncer that just got right past him. Riley Smith, the shortstop, would come up to try to make the play, but even he couldn't throw it to first in time, so it was an infield single for Mike Bidet. He flies out to center field, and now Jack Yalowitz will dig in. Yalowitz would go down swinging his last time up. Stands in with an open stance. Wallersheim deals in a fastball that runs inside and hits him. It's off the inside arm, and Yalowitz looks like he's in some pain. Slowly walking towards the first base bag, but I think he's going to be okay.
Your Kerber Smiles Pediatric Dentistry clean up hitter. First baseman number 23.
Home plate umpire now is calling for Yalowitz to come back to the home plate spot. He didn't think it hit him. Yalowitz takes off his glove, shows him where it hit him, says, look, you can see where it is right here. It was his inside arm, and the appeal from Yalowitz is accepted by the home plate umpire. That's the first time I've seen that actually happen this season. Twice this year I've seen batters hit where the umpire says, no, you are not, and they show them the scuff marks on their gloves, wrist tape, arms, and normally the umpire says, nope, you got a bat. Instead, tonight, Yalowitz says, look, man, it hit me right here in the wrist tape, and the home plate umpire says, oh, I guess it did, and lets him get the base over at first. So runners at first and second now, Yalowitz at first, and Doyle at second. Derek Bangert, the cleanup hitter, stands in, first pitch to him. Fastball that runs low, gets away from Plunkett. Throw to third, not in time.
That's 20.
Doyle steals second. His 20th stolen base of the year. Has been a phenomenal leadoff hitter for the Kenosha Kingfish this season. When he gets on base, he's able to steal some bases as well, just making him a threat out there. And now runners on the corners for the Bradley University product, who has 52 RBIs on the season, looking for his 53rd. Wallersheim out on the mound, comes set, checks the runner at first and deals. The 1-0 runs inside and hits him. That one, no doubt about it, hit him off the inside arm. Hits him square in that bicep muscle. That's not comfortable. And Bangert looks a little shaken up, arm kind of dangling dead after being hit. He's going to run the base pass by himself, but 2 straight hit-by pitches now from Wallersheim, and Zach Plunkett, the University of Arkansas catcher, walks out to the mound to have a word with his lefty. The base is juiced now for the Kingfish. We're tied up 0-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and an opportunity for the Kingfish to open up this game. Nick Canavis, the left fielder, digs in. Probably not exactly who you want to see come up to the plate if you're a Kingfish fan on the season. Canavis has not played in that many games, but in the few games that he has made appearances, he has looked good. 385 on the season. Watches the first one go by for a strike. Wallersheim deals in the 0-1. Swung on. Slow grounder to third. Leckie has it, but bobbles with it. The throw to first is in time. That could have been dangerous. Out number 3 is recorded at second, and the Bullfrogs leave 3 runners stranded. That will do it for the 3rd frame. Connor Wallersheim gets himself out of the bind after hitting 2 batters in a row. That'll do it here for the 3rd frame. Stay tuned for the 4th. We're still knotted up at 0. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM.
Combine the flavors of Italy with the heart of the Irish, add some Chicago flair, and you've got Gallagher's Pizza. For the best Chicago-style pizza north of the Illinois border, Gallagher's Pizza is your destination. Call now for delivery or pickup in Green Bay and De Pere. Gallagher's Pizza, home of the best lunch buffet in town.
Visiting teams and combinations are brought to you by American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. For toll-free reservations, contact 800-634-3444. American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. Welcome to genuine American hospitality.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
Hello and welcome back to Kenosha, Wisconsin here in southern Wisconsin. My name's Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. We are about to get underway with the top of the 4th inning. Still out on the mound for the Kenosha Kingfish is Michael Costanzo. Left-handed pitcher out of Austin Pay has dealt in some solid innings thus far. And 3 strong, he has allowed just 1 hit tonight, has walked just 1 batter, and dealt in 2 strikeouts. Would retire the Bullfrogs in order in the 3rd. We'll see what he can do here in the top of the 4th. Due up for the Bullfrogs will be the 4, 5, 6 hitters, Dan Leckie, Troy Johnston, and David Mayberry. Dan Leckie, his last time up, would manage to get to first off of an error against the 3rd baseman. It was a throw that was nearly in time and bounced off of the infield dirt, and then the first baseman could not make the pick on it, saving the error, but it would not harm the Kenosha Kingfish, as the very next batter they would retire, leaving 2 stranded. The Bullfrogs have left 3 runners on base so far tonight. Kenosha Kingfish have left 5. The Bullfrogs would leave the bases juice in this bottom of the 3rd inning, and here we are in the top of the 4th. Dan Leckie, the 3rd baseman, digs in, and Michael Costanzo comes set. The lefty kicks the leg and sends it in. Swung on, fast ground ball left side over towards the 3rd base coach, Chris Sabo, who tries to make the barehanded play. A 2-bouncer to him, but he can't make it. Fans giving him a hard time, kind of shrugs his shoulders, saying, sorry, man, I did my best. Of course, the 3-time All-Star, I think you got to make that play. 0-1. Swung on. Blooper left side, base hit. Dan Leckie grabs just the 2nd hit of the game for the Bullfrogs and gets on base for the 2nd time tonight. It's a little blooper between the shortstop and 3rd baseman, just finds the gap. There was about a 3-foot window where that ball could get through, and sure enough, just travels right through it. And with no outs on the board and a runner at first, Troy Johnston digs in. Troy Johnston, the Gonzaga University product, stands in on the season batting .276, 29 RBIs to his name, most on the team. First pitch comes in. It's a fastball that hits the outside corner, 0-1. Michael Costanzo out on the mound, having a pretty good start tonight after having some really tough ones here in recent games. Has a unreal left-handed batter, right-handed batter numbers. Lefties batting just .250 against him, but righties batting close to .350. I mean, nearly a 100 percentage points between the two. Troy Johnson takes a deep breath after Costanzo throws to first, where Dan Leckie runs back. Leckie retakes his lead at first. Costanzo out on the bump. Nods his head and sends in the 0-1. It's a breaking ball that breaks across the plate for a strike, and Troy Johnson goes down the count 0-2. Johnson just finished up his freshman year at Gonzaga, where he would get considerable playing time and play considerably well, batting .323, named to the West Coast Conference All-Freshman team. A few more starts likely would have been All-First team, as well as probably a freshman All-American. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Third strikeout of the night for Michael Costanzo. And an out on the board now brings up David Mayberry, the left fielder.
Now batting for the Bullfrogs, left fielder number 20, David Mayberry.
David Mayberry will now dig in for the Bullfrogs. His last time up would go down swinging, one of those 3 victims tonight of Costanzo. Costanzo takes a deep breath, and David Mayberry calls time. Steps way out of the batter's box, gives a huge practice swing, takes a couple of deep breaths and stands back in. Mayberry rocking the number 20 tonight for the Bullfrogs, batting .200 on the season. First pitch to him, fastball that clips the outside portion, 0-1. Bullfrogs in their alternative ways, all black uniforms with lime green and orange stripes on the sides. White numbers and the Bullfrogs logo square on the chest. 0-1 pitch comes in for Michael Costanzo. It's a fastball that swung on and fouled off the end of the bat, 0-2. Mayberry out of Daytona State College. Started the year out on a temporary contract, played in about 7 games for the Bullfrogs, then traveled back to Florida. Actually did not play baseball for the rest of the summer. Said he went to Dallas, Texas on vacation, just hung out with family, and Bullfrogs came calling and said, hey, we need somebody. And he hopped on the first flight he could get, and he's back here playing for the Frogs. Had a great night last night. Runner off from first. The 0-2 runs high to throw from the catcher, not in time. Stolen base for Dan Leckie. We haven't seen him take off on that many times this season. In fact, that just his first stolen base of the year.
That's his first stolen base.
Dan Leckie over at second base now, proving that he can get it done on the base pass himself. Of course, with Alonzo Jones no longer on the team, the Frogs really don't have that many threats on the pass anymore. Mayberry stands in now with the runner in scoring position and an out on the board. Mayberry awaits. Costanzo comes set. Takes a breath, checks the runner at second and deals in the 1-2. Swung on and fouled away right side over towards the concession stand area. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Temperatures sit around 78 to 80 degrees today. Sunny day when the sun beams down on you. It can be warm, but by no means is it hot, and by no means is it an ugly day. Blue skies. Perfect day for baseball. Costanzo out there on the bump trying to get out of the bind, a runner in scoring position here with just an out on the board. Mayberry looking for his second RBI of the season. Costanzo comes set, checks the runner at second, and deals in the 1-2. It swung on, a blooper into shallow center field. Shows Sallow that the second baseman, Mike Madej, trots back, raises the glove, and registers the second out. That'll bring up Willie Bourbon, the first baseman, who's 0 for 1 tonight. Willie Bourbon would pop up to the second baseman in foul territory on the right side his last time up. Bourbon, the left-handed hitter out of Northwestern on the season, batting just .179, but has hit solidly with runners in scoring position, 20 RBIs on the year. Bourbon's managed 2 home runs in his career. Here as a Bullfrog as well. The lefty stands in, and Costanzo deals. It's a fastball that runs in the dirt, 1-0.
You just like
Willie Bourbon in his last 10, batting just 184. In 10 games has registered 7 hits. 9 RBIs to his name, however, in his last 9. That's impressive. Would record 2 last night for the Bullfrogs. A 2 RBI double in the 9th inning that put the game away. A clutch hitter. With 2 outs on the board, the 1-0 comes in.
I would agree with that.
It's a breaking ball that comes across for a strike. 1-2 now.
Family Guy is like more consistently funny episode to episode to me.
So the Northwestern product out of River Woods, Illinois, which is a couple hours from Kenosha, stands in. And Costanzo checks the runner at second and deals. 9-1, swung on and missed, moves the count to 1-2. Willie Bourbon, the beer batter for the second night here tonight, as it seems like every night he is. And it's not because he strikes out all the time. Well, it's because his last name's Bourbon, to be frank with you. And the poor guy's beer batter day in and day out on the road, and that's just more pressure on a guy who's already struggling at the plate. Stands in with 2 outs on the board. 2 strikes to him. Michael Costanzo deals in the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And as you can hear from the crowd, they love it. And they all hop up and run to the beer stands as 2-for-1 beers now here in Kenosha. That will do it for the top of the 4th inning. Willie Bourbon goes down swinging, leaving a runner in scoring position. It's Michael Costanzo's 4th strikeout of the night. That'll do it here for the top of the 4th. All tied up 0-0. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network 107.1 FM.
Over the past 60 years, Triangle Distributing has maintained itself as a leader in the market as it has responded to the changes in product innovation and consumer demands. It is in this commitment to employees, customers, community, and supplier partners that has enabled them to remain one of the best and most respected distributors in our state.
WIT's O'Connell Falls Piggly Wiggly's 2-day truckload produce sale is Thursday and Friday, August 3rd and 4th. Red seedless grapes, 99 cents a pound. Cauliflower, 99 cents a pound. Fresh sweet corn, 6 for $2. Sweet cantaloupe, $1.99 each. Whole sweet watermelon, $2.99 each, and much, much more. Quality produce while supplies last at WIT's O'Connell Falls Piggly Wiggly's annual produce sale, August 3rd and August 4th.
Which of the following actresses was in a league of their own? Which actress was in the movie A League of Their Own? Was it A, Meryl Streep? B,
Hello
Madonna?
and welcome back to Kenosha, Wisconsin. My name's Nolan Knight. We are here in the bottom of the 4th inning where we're tied up 0-0. Some South Division Northwoods League baseball on tap for you tonight on the WOCO Sports Stream 107.1 FM's radio waves. And the Frogs are looking for their 3rd win in a row. They've not done it all season. They've managed 2-game winning streaks 3 different times, this being just their 4th. And they're looking for their 3rd in a row. Leadoff hitter in this bottom of the 4th inning will be Cameron Comer, who watches the first one go by wide for a ball and 1-0. 1-0 from Wally. Swung on, fly ball deep into right field. That drops fair. Bounces one time, rolls to the wall. Rounding first is Comer. He's going to go for 2 and get there standing up. An easy stand-up double for Cameron Comer, the Virginia product. Leads things off with a double and now stands in scoring position for the new batter, Michael Sinks, who digs in. Michael Sinks, the 3rd baseman, would strike out looking his last time up.
Third baseman number 7.
The right-handed batter out of Central Missouri stands in, and Connor Wallersheim out there on the bump stares him down. Comer takes a lead from second. Wallersheim gives him a glance and deals in. Fastball that swung on and lined into the stands, and someone hit by that one. A line drive that hits an older gentleman. Drilled by a ball and I think might have been the head. Absolutely deadly dangerous. Was hit in the head And a scary moment here in Kenosha, but the play will go on. An 0-1 count after the foul off. The only stadium in the Northwoods League, at least in the South Division, that doesn't have netting that goes all the way down the line. And it is dangerous. The ball rocketed off of the bat into the stands, and an uneasy feeling sits in on the stadium here at Simmons Field. Another one goes in, that one for a ball, a 1-1 count. It comes across low and inside, 2-1. And a hot shot of a fly ball, that line drive rather, off of the bat into the stands. Best wishes to the gentleman on the first base side. And a 2-1 count in there now. The delivery. Fastball that finds the inside corner, evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Come on, Michael. That was
And Michael Sinks of the Central Missouri product, batting .176 on the season for the Kingfish, stands in. 2-2. Fastball runs low, full count. Michael Sinks of Central Missouri is yet to play for the Mules as he's transferred in from Barton Community College. At Barton Community College, he would bat above 300, managed 26 doubles, 12 home runs, and 57 RBIs this past year. A breakout season. Payoff pitch, swung on, line drive right field, foul. Curling past the first base bag and just lands a couple of feet right of the bag there. And Wally stands back on the mound with a runner in scoring position at second. No outs on the board. Bottom of the 4th inning, tied up at 0. The payoff finds the inside corner of backwards K.
now batting.
The 5th strikeout of the night for Connor Wallersheim. Michael Sinks doesn't like the call. Exchanges a few words with the umpire. And the poor umpires here in Kenosha have not been treated very nicely by both teams, you could mention. Tyler Paulson, the designated hitter, digs in. He's one of the 5 strikeout victims of Wallersheim tonight. He watches a breaking ball break way inside at shin level. And it moves the count to 1-0. Paulson struggling on the season, batting just 187 on the year with 18 RBIs. Wallersheim out on the mound, kicks the leg, the 1-0. Fastball in the dirt, moves the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Tyler Paulson, he's a guy that's been on the team since the beginning of the year. Has had limited playing time in Illinois State over his first 2 seasons. The 2-0. Swung on and fouled away left side. Moves the count to 2 balls and a strike. Out of high school, was a second-team All-American, so highly recruited but struggling. Would bat just 135 during his freshman year and 200 this last year in just 5 games. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, evens it up. Paulson, a guy out of Illinois State. Of course, a lot of Illinois guys on this roster, as you can imagine, with the close proximity. If you're not familiar with the Northwoods League, there is one Illinois team in the league. 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Paulson goes down swinging. The second time he struck out tonight. And Wallersheim, with 2 in a row now, has dealt in at 6 strikeouts. Had a bad start his last time out against Battle Creek and a bounce in back here tonight. Left-handed hurler comes set out on the mound and with a little bit of confidence. Checks the runner at second and deals. Breaking ball, high, 1-0. Carson Brashear, a relative newcomer to this team, has played in just 10 games coming into the series against the Bullfrogs. Watches the first one go by for a ball, the 1-0. Swung on, slow grounded to Riley Smith at short. Long throw to first. Got him. No, they didn't.
Infield single.
Can't believe it.
Oh, that's a terrible.
Looked like it was going to be an easy out, but it's an infield single. Willie Bourbon had made the play. The umpire came set it almost as if he was going to ring him out, and then all of a sudden, both arms go in the motion of safe. Willie Bourbon was so confident that they got him that he threw the ball into the infield grass underhand. Thought that he ended the inning. The Bullfrogs lucky that the runner at third didn't take off for home. He would have got there in time. A great stretch from Willie Bourbon, a better play from Riley Smith at shortstop, who, falling away towards the first base bag, launched a rocket over there. But Tyler Brashears, I guess the tie goes to the runner, is safe at first. Runners on the corners with 2 outs on the board. And Connor Wallersheim not done yet. We're back up to the top of the lineup, and Connor Doyle digs in. He's 1 for 2 tonight. First pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. Runners at first and third here for the Frogs. Standing over on the third base bag is Cameron Comer, who led off this inning with a double. 2 strikeouts and an infield single later, and Connor Doyle digs in with a 0-1 count. Wallersheim checks the runner at first and deals. Fastball that runs wide evens the count. Connor Doyle, the San Diego University product, on the season, 23 RBIs. Could be staring down his 24th. Wallersheim comes set, kicks the leg, the 1-1. Swung on, little check swing action that makes contact and fouls it away right side. 1-2. Didn't want to swing at that one, was bringing the bat head back towards his shoulder when he makes contact with it. Just fouled down the first base line. Willie Bourbon over there nearly makes a play on it. Instead, he goes down on the count of ball and 2 strikes. Wallersheim, the left-handed pitcher, comes set, stares him down. Runner off from first, a delayed steal, but time is called.
Stolen base. That base is stolen freaky fast, just like Jimmy John's gourmet sandwich.
Or rather, time is not called. Wallersheim steps off the mound and just allows the runner to take off for second. It's not a delayed steal, it's an early steal, rather. Not the best jump, but it gets the job done. Runners in scoring position now at second and third. The 1-2. Fastball high and wide, deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Wallersheim takes a deep breath. He's in a bind. He got out of a bases-loaded jam his past inning. The 2-2. Breaking ball runs high, full count. It'll come down to this. We're tied up 0-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning in a game that really seems like if you take a lead, it might be just enough. Both pitchers pitching well thus far. Wally, 2 runners in scoring position, rocks back, sends in the payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3, he does it again. Leaves 2 runners in scoring position, leaving 2 runners stranded. 7 on the night, he's left on base. That will do it for the 4th frame. He inched things out with his 7th strikeout here in the 4th. Stay tuned for the 5th. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Is the frozen pizza that you're eating at home tired and worn out? It just doesn't have its stuff anymore. Its toppings are low and inside while the cheese is chin music. The time has come, friends, to make the switch. Make the call to the Brew Pub Bullpen. Bring in the relief and get the win with Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizzas. Made with premium toppings, then smothered in over half a pound of fresh 100% Wisconsin-made mozzarella cheese, Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizzas are the ingredients for a great time. Find us online at brewpubpizza.com, on Facebook at Brew Pub Pizza, or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brew Pub Pizza. Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
Did you know that we here at the O'Connell Pharmacy would mail your prescriptions to you? At the O'Connell Pharmacy, we would like to make things easy for you. The O'Connell Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
Hello and welcome back to Kenosha, Wisconsin, here at Simmons Field. Top of the 5th inning about to get underway. Connor Wallersheim dealing for the Frogs tonight. 7 strikeouts, through 4 complete frames. Up to 69 pitches, however. We'll see how long he can stay in. Still out on the mound for the Kenosha Kingfishers, Michael Costanzo. Left-handed pitcher out of Austin Pay is in the zone out there, has allowed the Bullfrogs just a couple of hits. Has walked just 1 batter tonight as well and has dealt in 4 strikeouts along the way. We'll see what he can manage here in the 5th frame, the lefty out of Austin Pay. On the season, of course, absolutely struggling coming into the game, a 7.10 ERA, the second worst ERA on the team. Has a record that sits at 3-4 in 9 starts, has an impeccable strikeout to walk ratio. 42 strikeouts to 8 walks. However, his last 2 starts not going his way. We get the loss in both of those games. Due out for the Bullfrogs here in the 5th will be Ben Hart, Zach Plunkett, and Mikey Falia. Ben Hart, the second baseman, his last time up would work the walk. And the right-handed batter out of Oakland digs in for the Bullfrogs.
Welcome to everyone else.
The Bullfrogs, after this game, will travel back home to take on the Wisconsin Woodchucks for the 5th and 6th time at home. Then there will be a day off for the Frogs, and then they'll travel out to Wausau for a 2-game series at Athletic Park. Ben Hart, the right-handed hitter out of Oakland, stands in, and Michael Costanzo out there on the bump takes a deep breath, rocks back, kicks the leg, and sends in the first one. It's swung on, a fly ball deep to left. That's in front of the fishbowl where there's only a 3-foot wall, and it could have been a 50-foot wall. An absolute launch out there in the left field from Ben Hart, a solo shot. His 4th home run of the season, and the Bullfrogs take a 1-0 lead. It's over the ivy wall out there in the left and into the opposite parking lot. A launch from Ben Hart gives the Bullfrogs a 1-0 lead, and Zach Plunkett will dig in.
Now back for the Bullfrogs. Catcher number 33.
The fishbowl reserve wall out there in left sits about just 3 feet high off the ground. The ivy out there sits about 12 feet off the ground, and Ben Hart sends it over that one. An absolute bomb from Ben Hart. You don't need much to get it out of left field here. Just 314 out there in the Bambino, which is a boat that sits on the left field wall. And he would have sent it over the boat. Oh, the launch from Ben Hart. Zach Plunkett digs in, watches the first one go by for a strike. The 0-1 swung on and fouled, tipped into the glove of the catcher Carson Comer. Moves the count to 0-2. Plunkett falls behind. Plunkett, his last time up, would fly out to center field. Zach Plunkett waves his bat around the 0-2. Fastball wide, moves the count to a ball and 2 strikes now. And I mentioned in the last frame that it kind of feels like a run here could be enough in a game where we went scoreless through 4. Just 2 hits coming into the at-bat for Ben Hart. And the 3rd hit is all the Bullfrogs needed to take a lead. A solo shot. They lead 1-0 here, top of the 5th inning in Kenosha. The 1-2 pitch is a fastball wide, gets past the catcher, even Carson Comer, into the opposite batter's box. Moves the count to a ball and 2 balls and 2 strikes. Zach Plunkett stands in. Michael Costanzo out there on the bump, staring down Plunkett. Rocks back and sends in the 2-2. Fastball that is swung on and fouled away right side over towards the kid zone where someone is nearly taken out. Of course, we've already had an injury here tonight. That older gentleman that was hit by a line drive no longer sitting in his seat. I'm sure they took him in to check up on him. He was definitely injured. And hopefully he's all right. A 2-2 count now, however, with no outs on the board. First pitch after the foul off is swung on, a hot shot of a grounder to the shortstop. He scoops it up on the second bounce, throws it to first, where the first out is recorded. Mikey Falia, the center fielder, now digs in for the Bullfrogs. 0 for 2 tonight. Would ground out to second in the first and grounded out to third his last time up. Playing in front of all of his hometown fans here. They have traveled out from Irvine, California to watch him play. A perfect trip for the Falia family to come out and watch. Of course, Mikey Falia's older brother, Eric Falia, played for the Kingfish some years ago. First pitch to Falia, fastball that hits the upper outside corner, 0-1. Of course, Eric Falia going on to do bigger and better things, you could say, is in high single-A ball, and, well, quite frankly, it's a matter of time before he might be playing even higher than that. In his last 15 games for the Modesto Nuts, batting .375. 0-1 pitch, a fastball that runs inside, 1-1. Check swing, appeal to first, did not go around. It was at one point this season where Falia was batting .360 on the year. He leads all of the minor league ball and hits at one point as well. The guy is tearing it up over there in California. 1-1. Fastball that runs high, 2-1. In fact, you want to talk about more connections to that Modesto Nut team and this Falia team in the Northwoods League. Well, the voice of the Modesto Nuts was the voice of the Green Bay Bullfrogs back in 2011. 2-1. Swung on and fouled straight back. Evens the count up 2-2. To kind of give you an idea of all the different connections there are in baseball, it's a small world. I'm going to talk about more small worlds when it comes to the Falia family. Mikey's youngest brother is currently a senior in high school, taking his recruiting visits. Would visit San Diego, where Mike Ramazzotti would give him a tour. Of course, Mike Ramazzotti, the first base coach for the Bullfrogs. 2-2. Fastball that swung on. Line drive, middle of the field, base hit. Mikey Falia grabs his first single of the game and is now 1 for 3. Second hit of the inning for the Bullfrogs, fourth of the game, and Connor Bigniski will dig in, the designated hitter. 0 for 2 tonight, struck out his last time up in the third.
Designated hitter number 9.
Bigniski out of the State College of Florida, of course, a school known for its baseball, a JUCO program down in Florida, in the same conference as David Mayberry, who plays for Daytona State. Left-handed hitter stands in. Michael Costanzo stares him down. The lefty comes set, kicks the leg, the first pitch. A breaking ball that curves across the plate and catches the outside corner. 0-1. Connor Bigniski on the season for the Frogs, coming into the game batting just .167 and has managed 3 hits in 4 games.
Two batters to give.
The 0-1 comes in from Michael Costanzo. No, it doesn't, as he steps off the rubber and throws to first. Spoke too soon. Mikey Falia over there gets back to the first base bag safely and retakes his lead. Bigniski stands in, waves his bat around. Michael Costanzo up there on the bump, kicks the leg. Runner off from first. It's swung on and fouled away left side over towards the cameraman, who can't make the bouncing play. Another missed opportunity by cameraman here in this game, as there was one that was fouled away on the right field side where that first base cameraman couldn't make the play. Of course, Chris Sabo couldn't make a play on a foul ball as well, and the foul ball's just not going the right way for the Bullfrogs, it seems, or rather the fans here, I should say. But an 0-2 count after the foul off, and Michael Costanzo comes set. Left-handed pitcher deals in the 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs on the board, the second strikeout of the night for Connor Bigniski, second in a row as well. So that will bring up Riley Smith, who on the night is 1 for 2. Would ground out to short his last time up and managed a base hit back in the first frame. University of Minnesota product, coming off of a sophomore slump. But during his sophomore campaign, he would bat just 153. Back during his freshman year, however, would bat 300. Was named a Big Ten All-Freshman team. The righty stands in. Michael Costanzo comes set and sends in the first pitch. Fools me again, throws it back to first instead. Mikey Falia scampers back safely. And Riley Smith steps out and stands back in, awaiting the first pitch of the at-bat. Falia, the Broken Arrow, Oklahoma product, stands in. And Costanzo throws back to first. They get him. Throw to second in time. Mikey Falia takes off for second and gets there. Falia thought that he had dodged the tag, kind of waves his hands up in the air almost to say that he wasn't touched. but instead he's called out, and out number 3 is recorded there. Michael Costanzo fools me, fools Mikey Folia. Looks like he's going to come home and throws to first, and Folia was off for second. Derek Banger throws it to Connor Brashears, who came over to cover, and a tag applied to the tag. There it is, against Mikey Folia, and gets him out. He's caught stealing, and that does it for the top of the 5th inning.
All right, we're going to start on the
You're listening.
first base side.
That does it for the top of the 5th inning. On to the bottom half of the inning we go. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM. Stay.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
It's Cellcom's Customer Appreciation Celebrations. Get smartphones from the top 2 brands for just a penny each, along with food prizes and sales on accessories. Cellcom, built for you. Available day of event only. New 2-year activation qualified upgrade required. Restrictions apply. Visit cellcom.com/celebrate for details.
Hello and welcome back to Kenosha here at Simmons Field. About to get underway with the bottom of the 5th inning. Due up for the Kenosha Kingfish will be Mike Madej.
Second baseman, number 11,
Mike Madej on the night is 1 for 2, would manage a base hit back in the first frame, but then get caught stealing.
Power hitter of the night. He hits a homer.
The right-handed hitter stands in out of Purdue University here recently for the Kingfish, has been on fire. Right-handed batter stands in with an open stance. First pitch to him, a fastball inside, 1-0.
Eric, the label on
the Purdue University product this past season, in 55 games, as a freshman, hit .209 with 13 extra base hits.
Do not serve to
The 1-0 runs inside, 2-0.
potential non-scientist versions of mad scientists from an alternate dimension.
Stole 5 bases this past year and played his prep ball at Providence Catholic High School in Illinois. Swings at the 2-0 pitch, a fly ball into right field. Troy Johnston, staring into the sun, raises the glove and records out number 1. 1 up, 1 down. That'll bring up Jack Yalowitz, who is 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout.
Right fielder number 25, Jack.
His last time up would get on base due to a hit by pitch. Left-handed batter stands in out of the University of Illinois. Yalowitz this past season for the Fighting Illini would be named first-team All-Big Ten for his .335 year, where he managed 67 hits, 12 homers, and 14 RBIs. First pitch to him, a breaking ball that comes across the zone, 0-1. Here in the Northwoods League, not faring too bad either, batting .281 with 12 RBIs. Curveball comes in and hits Yalowitz square in the back, and he's frustrated with it. Throws his bat towards his dugout, puts his arm in the air almost as if to say, "What the heck, man," and gets on base over at first. Of course, was hit by a pitch his last time up in a row, make it 2 in a row now.
Number 23,
Derek Banger, the first baseman, now digs in. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Worked the walk his first time up back in the first inning. Right-handed hitter stands in out of Bradley University, having a heck of a season for the Kingfish. First pitch to him, a breaking ball that drops into the zone, or rather below the zone into the dirt. 1-0. Derek Banger out of Bradley University made 44 appearances this past year as a redshirt junior, hitting .270. Snap throw to first, or rather a pickoff attempt over to first. And the runner slides back in safely. No tag applied by Willie Bourbon. And the count sits at 1-0. The delivery. Fastball, that one runs low and inside as well. 2 balls and no strikes now. Bengert, the 6'3" right-handed batter. A big guy, 225, has some power to his swing. 2-0. Fastball, that one clips the outside portion. 2-1. Kingfish in their Military Appreciation Day jerseys. Very similar to the Bullfrogs July 4th jerseys, besides the fact that they're white, they're red. The 2-1 does not come in as Connor Wallersheim steps off the bump and throws it to first. Runner back safely walking back. Not much of a throw from Wallersheim, you could say. And Bengert will dig back in and await the 2-1 pitch. 2-1. Breaking ball, and it runs low in the dirt. A 3-1 count. Beautiful afternoon here in Kenosha. We started out at 4:05 tonight. The sun still high in the sky here. 3-1. Fastball that hits the lower inside portion. Full count now.
Swing the bat sometime, Derek.
Sun resting over the third base side or so. So right field looking straight into it. So is second and first. Bengert stands in, a full count. Wally checks the runner at first and deals in the payoff. Runner off, swung on, ground ball into the gap. Perfectly executed hit and run. Base hit for the Kingfish. Runners at first and second.
Now batting for the Kingfish.
It's a grounder left side that just finds the gap between short and third. And runners at first and second now with 1 out on the board. The 5th hit of the night for the Kingfish. And that'll bring up Nick Canavas. Left fielder 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded out to third his last time up. Kent State product stands in, and the Kent State pitcher sends in a fastball that runs low, 1-0. Wallersheim on the night has dealt in 7 strikeouts. I'm sure he'd like to strike out his teammates here, especially with just an out on the board. The 1-0 comes in. It's a fly ball into right center field. Out is made by Mikey Falia, and it's shallow enough that the runner at second can't tag up and advance. And there's 2 outs on the board. Nick Canavas now 0 for 2 on the night after coming into the game off of a hot start, batting .385, but has played in just a few games for the Kingfish.
Now batting for the Kingfish. Catcher.
So a fly out to right center field will bring up Cameron Comer. The catcher is 1 for 2 tonight. Managed to double back in the 4th frame and would get all the way over to third before he was left stranded. The Bullfrogs have left 7 stranded tonight here already through 4. Comer, the left-handed batter out of Virginia, stands in, and Wallersheim deals. It's a breaking ball that breaks all the way across the plate into the opposite batter's box, 1-0. Runners at first and second here, bottom of the 5th inning. The Bullfrogs have a 1-0 lead. Wallersheim out on the mound, stares down the batter and sends in the 1-0. It's a fastball that runs wide, 2-0. Frogs in this past inning would leave 2 stranded after following up an inning where they left the bases loaded. Wallersheim has allowed 5 hits, and he's hit 3 different batters, but he's got 7 strikeouts. Lefty sends in the 2-0. Swung on, ground ball to second, takes a huge bounce, but Ben Hart can respond to it. Stays calm, makes the grab, an underhand toss to Riley Smith, who steps on the second base bag, getting the force out there, leaves 2 runners stranded. That will do it for the 5th inning. Stay tuned for the 6th. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM. Bullfrogs lead 1-0.
When you're looking for the perfect game for your appetite, look no further than Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizzas. Made with premium meats and veggies, then topped with over half a pound of 100% fresh, real mozzarella cheese made right here in Wisconsin, every Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizza is a home run. Made with the hungry in mind, Brew Pub pizzas are big, bold, and belong in the big leagues of the frozen pizza industry. Enjoy a delicious piece of Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizza right now from the concession stand, or pick one up at your local favorite grocery store. Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in Wisconsin is this: without a committed team of coaches and administrators, it just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Hello and welcome back to Kenosha, Wisconsin, here at Simmons Field. New pitcher out on the mound for the Kingfish. It'll be Austin Pazer. Austin Pazer out of eastern New Mexico, just finished up his junior season. The right-handed hurler, a tall, lengthy guy, 6'4", 205. Grew up not too far from here in Leopolis, Wisconsin. I'm sure that I just absolutely butchered the name of that Wisconsin city. My apologies. Not from around here. Leopolis? Leopolis? We'll go with that. He's from Wisconsin. And the Wisconsinite out on the bump, trying to keep his Kingfish in the game. It's a 1-0 ball game here in the top of the 6th inning. The Bullfrogs get their lone shot in the top of the 5th, a solo shot from Ben Hart. It was 4th home run of the season. Top of the 6th inning, Bullfrogs lead 1-0.
Now thrown 6 shutout innings. Who's called?
Behind home plate is Carson Comer. He gets some practice pitches from his new pitcher out on the bump. Throws down to second, and we are about underway here at the top of the 6th. Due up for the Bullfrogs is Riley Smith. He's 1 for 2 tonight. He was at bat to close out the bottom of, or rather top of the 5th inning, but Mikey Falia would be caught stealing at second. As Carson Comer now 1 for 2 on throwdown attempts today. Bullfrogs, after tonight's game, will travel back home for a 2-game series against the Wisconsin Woodchucks before taking Wednesday off. And then we'll travel out to Wausau for 2 games against the Wisconsin Woodchucks. Right-handed batter out of the University of Minnesota stands in, and Austin Pacer out there on the bump comes set. Right-handed hurler stares down Smith, comes set from the hip and deals. It's a fastball that hits the outside corner, 0-1.
Eastern New Mexico, number 18, Austin Pacer.
Austin Pacer pitched against the Bullfrogs at home a few days ago. Has that funky windup where he brings his inside knee all the way inside so that you can see the bottom of his inside cleat. 1-0. Swung on. Fly ball into right center field. Easy play for Jack Yalowitz. Gets underneath of it, and it makes the grab for out number 1. Not much velocity off of that, off the bat on that one from Riley Smith.
Third baseman number 40.
And he is now 1 for 3 on the night after the fly-off. And Dan Leckie, the third baseman, digs in. Leckie on the night 1 for 2, stole a base back in the 4th inning, as well as first stolen base of the year. Dan Leckie, the right-handed hitter out of the College of Lafayette, stands in. Austin Pacer comes set, deals. Swung on. Ground ball right back to the pitcher, Austin Pacer. He scoops it up, throws it to first, and just like that, 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting for the Bullfrogs. Right fielder number 2.
Dan Leckie there did not look like he was trying to swing at that one, as he just kind of check swings at it. I think the bat actually coming back behind his shoulder when he makes contact with it, but he has to run over and throw that one. And Troy Johnston digs in now for the Bullfrog. Left-handed hitter out of Gonzaga. First pitch to him is swung on and fouled away left side. Count sits at 0-1. Ben Hart snagging his 4th home run of the season in this past inning, sending a fly ball deep into left. The long ball gave the Bullfrogs the lead, and they still hold on to it 1-0. The 0-1, fastball high and wide. Evens the count up, a ball and a strike. Johnson, the Gonzaga University product, stands in on the season, batting .276 with 29 RBIs. Nobody on, 2 outs. Swings at the 1-1 pitch, a line drive into right field. Well hit ball by Johnson, but it's straight at Jack Yalowitz. Takes a couple of steps back, stares into the sun, raises his glove, and records out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Austin Pazer, and that'll do it for the top of the 6th inning. Stay tuned for the bottom half. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM.
It's the best time of the year to update your ride. NEW Credit Union's Super Summer Loan Sale. From July 10th to 28th, get super low rates as low as 2.49% annual percentage rate.
To jumpstart the big event, from July 10th to the 16th, you can find your perfect car, truck, or SUV from a selection brought in by trusted local dealers right to our credit union offices in Oconto Falls, Oconto, and Surrey. Compare them side by side. Or you can also visit a participating dealer and see their expanded selection.
Call NEW Credit Union for details at 800-924-1250. That's 800-924-1250. Get up to 100% financing during the Super Summer Loan Sale.
Borrower must meet NEW Credit Union membership eligibility and creditworthy requirements. All loans subject to approval. Example of repayment would be a monthly payment of about $17.75 per $1,000 borrowed for 60 months. Federally insured by the NCUA. Super Summer Loan Sale at NEW Credit Union. Get ready to own it!
Hello and welcome back to Simmons Field here in Kenosha. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. About to get underway with the bottom of the 6th inning. Due up for the Kenosha Kingfish in this one will be Michael Sinks, Tyler Paulson, and Carson Brashears. 7-8-9 hitters. Sinks on the day, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And the batter on deck, Tyler Paulson, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. New pitcher out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. It'll be Ethan Ivanko, left-handed pitcher out of Grand Canyon University. A newcomer to the team, joined the team about a few weeks ago at this point, and has pitched some solid innings for the Frogs, and has pitched some innings where he has had his struggles. Left-handed hurler, replacing his teammate, or future teammate rather, and Nico Hanyon, who was with the team earlier in the season.
Number 21, Ethan Ivanko.
Ethan Ivanko comes into the game for the Bullfrogs, supporting an ERA that's not too pretty. Ethan Ivanko with a 10.80 ERA and an 0-1 record. In 2 appearances, has pitched just an inning and 2/3. In those inning and 2/3, allowed 2 earned runs, striking out 1. Lefty out on the mound, deals in a strike, 0-1. Michael Sinks stands in the 0-1 to him. A fastball high, 1-1. Ethan Ivanko out there on the mound, the left-handed hurler out of Arizona, sends in the 1-1. Fastball swung on and fouled straight back, 1-2. Ethan Ivanko grew up in Gilbert, Arizona. Just finished up his redshirt junior season, coming off of Tommy John surgery. Back in 2016, would post a 5.06 ERA and a 2-2 record. The 1-2 runs high, 2-2. Had an amazing freshman campaign, however. In 15 appearances, posted a 6-1 record for a 3.42 ERA. Trying to get back to those numbers, coming off of an injury. 2-2, swung on, fly ball, right field, foul. That one hits the light pole, ricochets back into the seating area, and everyone ducking for cover. No one hit by that one. The count moves to 2-2. The dish. Breaking ball that finds the inside corner, a backwards K for Ethan Ivanko, just his second career strikeout. Talk about leading things off on the right foot. Ivanko drops Michael Sinks with a K, and it's his third strikeout of the night. Tyler Paulson digs in, first one to him, swung on and missed, and Ethan Ivanko with a little swagger to his step now, gains some confidence. Strikes one out, kicks the leg and sends in the 0-1. That one, however, that had a little bit too much confidence on it, deals it in and it bounces across home plate, not making it all the way. Evens up the count, a ball and a strike. No outs on the board, there's nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 6th inning where the Bullfrogs have a 1-0 lead. Ethan Ivanko kicks the leg, the 1-1. Swung on, a fly ball into right center field. Mikey Falia running over, calls off Troy Johnston, gets underneath of it, and makes the grab for out number 2. Two up, two down, and that will bring up the 9-hole hitter Carson Brashears, who's 1 for 2 tonight. Would manage a single back in the 4th frame and grab himself a strikeout in the 3rd. First pitch to Brashears, a fastball right over Broadway, 0-1. Brashears out of Gonzaga University, teammates with Troy Johnson, of course, who stands out in right field for the Bullfrogs. The 0-1. That's a fastball that skips across home plate as well, so Ivanko back and forth where these strikes are going, kind of all over the place. So Connor Wallersheim's day comes to a close, had a solid one. Was at 85 pitches when the Bullfrogs elect to make a change. Probably not the worst decision, as Wallersheim kept putting himself in binds. Granted, got out of it each and every time. The 1-1. Swung on and found away left side, 1-2.
Hands up, all went over the roof. Remember to check out Dick's Roof Repair.
Carson Brashears out of Gonzaga. One of those couple of Gonzaga guys here in the Northwoods League, and there's a lot of different guys with teammates all over the place still across the league as well. It's a 2-2 count, and the delivery comes in. Runs inside, full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. No outs on the board, nobody on. Payoff pitch, swung on. Ground ball to short. Riley Smith has it, and he bobbles with it, and he can't make the play. A second E6 of the game. A bouncer towards the shortstop who is not used to that shortstop position, as I've mentioned. Normally a second baseman. Takes a couple of bounces, bends down to grab it, and he just can't get a good feel on it. Squeezes his glove, slips out of his mitt into the dirt, and he can't recover. Runner at first now, and the leadoff man, Connor Doyle, will dig in. Ivanko kicks a leg and deals. Swung on. Hot shot of a grounder to the third baseman, Lecky. He's got it. The throw to first in time. They get the out there. That does it for the 6th inning. The Bullfrogs respond quickly after an E6, and Ethan Ivanko deals in a pretty solid first frame. Deals in a strikeout and does not allow a hit in the 6th. That does it. Bullfrogs have a 1-0 lead. Stay tuned for the 7th frame. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream of the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
However, if they're wrong, they receive a pie of the base.
American Inn Lodge and Suites Green Bay West is the ideal location for your next stay, whether you're traveling for business or pleasure. They are proud to provide the amenities you want most and deliver them at the highest level possible, starting with comfortable, quieter guest rooms. Welcome to genuine American hospitality.
Is the frozen pizza that you're eating at home tired and worn out? It just doesn't have its stuff anymore. Its toppings are low and inside while the cheese is chin music. The time has come, friends, to make the switch. Make the call to the Brew Pub Bullpen. Bring in the relief and get the win with Brew Pub Latza Matza pizzas. Made with premium toppings, then smothered in over half a pound of fresh 100% Wisconsin-made mozzarella cheese, Brew Pub Latza Matza pizzas are the ingredients for a great time. Find us online at brewpubpizza.com, on Facebook, Facebook at Brewpub Pizza or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brewpub Pizza. Brewpub, lots and lots of pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
Okay, Culvers.
Hello and welcome back to Green Bay, Wisconsin. We're not in Green Bay, we're in Kenosha. We're in Kenosha, Wisconsin, where the Bullfrogs are facing off against the Kenosha Kingfish. They lead 1-0. It's the last game of a season series. The 8th and final game. The Bullfrogs currently trail the season series 3-4. A win tonight would tie the season series and give the Bullfrogs their first 3-game winning streak of the season. Due up for the Bullfrogs here in the top of the 7th frame will be David Mayberry, the left fielder. Mayberry on the night 0 for 2. Mayberry popped up to second his last time up. Austin Pacer still out on the mound, swings at the first pitch. He sees a fly ball deep to center. Connor Doyle tracking back and a few feet in front of the warning track, reaches his glove and records the first out of the frame. That'll bring up Willie Bourbon, the first baseman, who's 0 for 2 tonight himself with a strikeout and a pop-up to second.
Willie Bourbon. Willie strikes out, Beers will be 2 for 1 to the next half inning.
Willie Bourbon out of Northwestern University. 20 RBIs on the season. Batting just 176, has had his struggles. The Northwestern Wildcat digs in, the first one to him. It's swung on and fouled away left side into the parking lot. And bounces into the street that borders the stadium. 0-1. Bourbon, the left-handed batter this past season for the Northwestern Wildcats, would bat just 164 in 37 starts. Managed 12 RBIs. 0-1. Fastball wide, 1-1. Would hit 254 during his freshman campaign with 28 runs brought in, however. And was named a first-team All-State member. Honorable mention All-American as well back in high school. Highly recruited. 1-1. Swung on. Slow grounder to first. Derek Bangert has it. An underhand toss to the pitcher, Austin Pacer. And he steps on the first base bag, recording the second out. A 3-1 out will bring up Ben Hart, the second baseman, who is 1 for 1 tonight with a long ball. Wood worked the walk back in the second inning as well. And the right-handed batter out of Oakland stands in. Austin Pacer out there on the bump has recorded 5 straight outs in a row. First pitch into Ben Hart, a fastball high, 1-0. Has yet to record a strikeout, but 3 flyouts and 2 groundouts.
Hey guys, if you can't find a replacement.
Right-handed pitcher comes set. Deals in the 1-0. Fastball and then runs low and wide. Moves the count to 2-0. Great crowd here in Kenosha tonight. Everyone enjoying the Sunday afternoon. Blue skies, slight breeze. 2-0 comes in from Austin Pacer. It's a fastball right over Broadway, 2-1. Ben Hart, one of the guys that has stuck around for the entire season for the Bullfrogs, and one of the guys with the better personalities on the team. Loudmouth in the locker room. He's a jokester. 2-1. Runs way high. Don't think it'll be called a pitch as the ball rolls into the field of play, and Austin Pacer throws it way up. We're not going to call it a pitch. So a 2-1 count. Ben Hart, who's been hot recently, stands in, and the 2-1 delivers. Swing and a miss, evens it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Ben Hart hit his 4th home run here, his last at-bat, batting .274 coming into the game, and his last 10 batting .364. The guy has been unreal. Pacer comes set, kicks the leg, the 2-2. Swung on, slow grounder to short. Brashears has it, the throw to first, in time, beats out Ben Hart by a step for out number 3. Make it 2 perfect innings for Austin Pacer. That'll do it for the top of the 7th. Stay tuned for the bottom half. Time for the 7th inning stretch. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network 107.1 FM.
Witt's O'Connell Falls Piggly Wiggly's two-day truckload produce sale is Thursday and Friday, August 3rd and 4th. Red seedless grapes, 99 cents a pound. Cauliflower, 99 cents a pound. Fresh sweet corn, 6 for $2. Sweet cantaloupe, $1.99 each. Whole sweet watermelon, $2.99 each, and much, much more. Quality produce while supplies last at Witt's O'Connell Falls Piggly Wiggly's annual produce sale, August 3rd and August 4th.
Over the past 60 years, Triangle Distributing has maintained itself as a leader in the market as it has responded to the changes in product innovation and consumer demands. It is in this commitment to employees, customers, community, and supplier partners that has enabled them to remain one of the best and most respected distributors in our state.
Hello and welcome back to Kenosha, Wisconsin at Simmons Field. Bottom of the 7th inning about to get underway. 3,100 people, the final crowd here at Kenosha. Simmons Field, packed house, great ball game. Bullfrogs lead 1-0. New pitcher out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. It is Jake S., the right-handed hurler out of Villanova. The hurler on the season has pitched some great innings for the Bullfrogs, but he has struggled at times as well. On the season, Jake S. comes into the game, posted a 7.45 ERA and an 0-2 record, and in 5 appearances has dealt in 6 strikeouts. Of course, those numbers just on the road. At home, Jake S. has appeared in quite many more innings than that, dealing in 8 appearances, a 2-0 record, and 2.61 ERA. So a guy who is really good at home and a guy who has struggled on the road. On the season combined, posting a 4.15 ERA, has been one of the most reliable relieving pitchers for the Bullfrogs. A 2-2 record in 13 appearances. The right-handed hurler out of Villanova stands in, and Mike Madej, the left-handed batter, will lead things out here in the bottom of the 7th. He stands in with a wide-open stance and awaits. Jake S. deals. It's a fastball wide and low, 1-0. So Ethan WOCO comes in to deal 1 inning of work for the Bullfrogs, and, well, he fared pretty well, you could say. Would not allow a base hit and would record a strikeout as well. The 1-0 fastball that hits the outside corner evens the count up, a ball and a strike. Mike Madej of Purdue University on the season is batting just .233, but in his last 10 coming into the series, batting .310. The 1-1 swung on and fouled back into the backstop netting, 2-2. Or rather, 1-2. Mike Madej, the switch hitter, batting lefty here against the right-handed hurler. Right-handed hitter stands about, or rather right-hander stands in at about 5'10", 172. Just a freshman. The 1-2. Breaking ball, swung on, ground ball to short. Riley Smith has it, the long throw to first in time, and what a stretch from Willie Bourbon to make the grab. A little bit off of the bag, but Bourbon stretching out. Looks like that yoga that the Bullfrogs were using before the game comes in handy. Just manages to put the mitt on it to record out number 1. Jack Yalowitz digs in for the Kingfish now. Yalowitz 0 for 1 tonight. Has been hit by 2 pitches. First one to him. Fastball across the zone, 0-1. Left-handed hitter stands in with a wide open stance. Jake S. takes a breath and digs in the 0-1. Another breaking ball that comes across, 0-2. Yalowitz on the season for the Kenosha Kingfish comes in to the game, faring pretty well, batting .281 with 12 RBIs. The 0-2, A nice curve from S, but it stays wide. 1-2. That's the right-handed hurler out of Villanova. Would have a solid season this past year for the Wildcats. 1-2. Swung on and found a way right side. Pulls it all the way down the line. Count stays at 1-2. This past season would allow just 16 earned runs in 21 appearances. A 4.28 ERA. The 1-2. Fastball high and wide, evens it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Would post a 2-1 record. Just finished up his sophomore year. Not much playing time during his freshman campaign. The 2-2. Swung on, a fly ball deep into right field. Tracking back is Troy Johnston, looking up, and it is gone. A solo shot for Jack Yalowitz. Or rather, it's a ground rule double. I could have swore that ball escaped out of here. Did it bounce off the warning track? It bounced off the warning track. Obviously, I'm blind over here. I thought it was a solo shot. I think Jack Yalowitz thought it was a solo shot, too. But he's going to stay at second, a ground rule double, and a sigh of relief from Jake Asp. As off the bat, that was promising.
Wow, Derek works to clean up the bases. Kerber Smiles works to clean up your teeth. Teeth so clean, you can
So a ground rule double puts Jack Yalowitz at second base in scoring position. He would be the tying run. Derek Bengert, who would be the go-ahead run, digs in. It's a 1-0 ball game here in the bottom of the 7th with an out on the board. Bengert stands in. Esp checks the runner at second and deals. Inside, it hits him. And Bengert, frustrated, throws his bat back to the dugout. Very frustrated with Jake Asp. It's the second time that he's been hit by a pitch tonight. The 4th hit by pitch of the game. Yalowitz, who stands at second, was hit by one. And Derek Bengert, who is a guy that has, I guess, a short temper, was nearly thrown out of a game last night. Has not been very happy with Bullfrogs and umpires here over the past couple of days. He stands in over at first, and Nick Cannabis stands in.
Cannabis! Nick's wearing Zero this season recognition of the Wisconsin Department of Transportation's Zero Wisconsin campaign.
Nick Cannabis stands in now. Jake Asp, the right-handed hurler out of Villanova, comes set, checks the runner at second.
Big fish batters have been hit 4 times today.
Deals. Right over the plate, 0-1.
2 to Yalowitz, 2 to Banger. So the catcher went like
Epps comes set. Checks the runner at second, deals in the 0-1. Runner off. Swung on. Fly ball right field. Troy Johnson tracking back. They get the out there. Throw to second. Off the bag. It would have been in time.
That's a pretty good defensive strategy. You said Yalowitz, Banger.
Yalowitz takes off for third to try to steal a base. Hit and run not successful as Cannabis sends that one into the glove of Troy Johnston. Johnston hops, steps, throws to second, but Yalowitz slides in safely. The throw a couple of feet off of the bag. Ben Hart can't keep his foot on it. So now 2 outs on the board, and Cameron Comer, the UVA product, stands in. Left-handed batter on the season, batting .237 on the year. Jake Asp checks the runner at second and deals. Fastball wide, a 1-0.
So not counting errors, Banger and Yalowitz
the UVA product
7 times today. The rest of the team combined has been on base 4 times.
Stands in with 7 RBIs to his name. Asp checks the runner at second and deals in the 1-0. Finds the corner, 1-1. Yalowitz at second with a suicidal lead after every pitch from Jake Asp. Cameron Comer, the Virginia product, just finished up his sophomore year where he would play in just 16 games, batting .105. Asp checks the runner at second, steps off the mail. A little worried about the speedster over there at second.
This is the worst pitching team in the Northwoods League.
1 ball and 1 strike, 2 outs on the board. Jake Asp deals. finds the outside corner. 1-2. The Sugar Grove, Illinois product out there on the mound. Great at keeping batters off balance. This past season would post a 4.28 ERA. Has pitched well for the Frogs. He sends in the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A breaking ball that makes the batter, Cameron Comer, look absolutely silly. Breaks way inside, he swings and falls down. Talk about making batters stay off balance, and that will do it for the 7th frame. Jake S. leaves 2 runners stranded with a backwards K, his first strikeout of the game, and now make it 2, 4, 5, 6, 9 batters that the Bullfrogs have left on base. That will do it for the 7th frame. Stay tuned for the 8th. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM.
Tri-City Glass and Doors, locally owned and family operated, and has been since 1960, specializing in commercial glass projects and automotive glass repair. Having grown up right here in Northeast Wisconsin, Tri-City understands your needs and wants to be the residential glass and door professionals you can count on. They're here for your family in all of life stages, from building an addition on your home for your newborn to applying Aquapel to your new driver's car. Additionally, they are locally owned, so there's no hoops to jump through. You can call them or come in at any time to talk directly to one of their glass and door experts. Triangle Distributing is a diversified distributor of high-quality beverages that is focused on providing customer satisfaction, service with well-trained personnel that drives the market through teamwork, goals, and strong relationships.
Welcome back to Simmons Field, top of the 8th inning. The Bullfrogs lead 1-0. Their lone run coming in the top of the 5th off the bat of Ben Hart, a solo shot. The Frogs with just 4 hits tonight, the Kingfish with 5. Still out on the mound for the Kingfish is Austin Pacer, who so far on the night has been perfect. 2 straight 1-2-3 innings. And due up for the Bullfrogs will be Zach Plunkett, the catcher. Austin Pacer out on the bump, trying to keep his Kingfish in it. The Bullfrogs have pitched solidly tonight, as you can imagine, just 5 hits allowed. They have not shut out anybody all season. They have not managed a 3-game winning streak all season. Staring down both of those accomplishments tonight. Zach Plunkett, the catcher, digs in, the University of Arkansas product. A transfer in from TCU on the season, has managed 4 home runs, but has struggled at the plate other than that. Just 185 coming into the game today. The right-handed batter stands in, and Austin Pacer, the right-handed hurler, comes set. Kicks the leg, the first pitch. Swung on, a fly ball into left field. Shallow left, Nick Canavas out there, raises the glove, and records the first out. A well-hit ball by Plunkett, just not enough on it. About 12 feet in front of the wall out there. Records the first down. So a fly out to left field will bring up the leadoff hitter, Mikey Falia, who is 1 for 3 tonight. Registered a base in the 5th frame.
As soon as you hear your name, head down to the auction table so you can pay for your jersey.
Austin Pacer out on the bump, stares down Falia. 1-0 ball game, top of the 8th inning. First pitch to him. It's a fastball that runs wide, 1-0. Mikey Falia out of UC Irvine. Family traveled out to watch him play the next couple of games from Irvine, California. Younger brother here. Old host family of his older brothers here to watch him play. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball that comes across for a strike, 1-1. Over the past 2 games, a couple of kids and fans have recognized the last name Falia and gotten pictures with Mikey because they have pictures with his older brother, Eric. 1-1. Breaking ball that finds the upper outside portion, 1-2.
Jersey number 11 going to Corey.
It's pretty cool to see the two pictures of course, Eric Folia in said fan from 3 years ago, and then see Mikey Folia with the same fan, of course, 3 years older. And this really is an age difference. It's crazy how 3 years can go by so fast. The 1-2. That one in the dirt. Evens it up, 2-2. Mikey Folia, not much playing time this past season at UC Irvine. Just 11 at-bats. Registered 3 hits in those 11. You can imagine that next season at UC Irvine is going to get considerably more playing time, especially after the summer he's had. 297 on the year. Lefty digs in and Pacer deals. Swung on and grounded down the left field side. Throw from the third baseman off the bag. Travels into right field. Mikey Folia off from first. He's going to get to second easily. And a runner on. An infield single for Mikey Folia, and he gets over to second off of an E5. His second base hit of the game make him 2 for 4. It's not the prettiest of hits for Mikey Folia. Nearly chopped it foul. It looked like it was going to go into foul territory, but Michael Sheets runs forward. The third baseman scoops it up off of the infield grass. A sidearm throw to first is short. Bounces off the infield grass and gets past Derek Bangert into the bullpen of the Bullfrogs. And a runner at second now. Just the 5th hit of the game for the Frogs, and Connor Beniski digs in. Left-handed hitter out of State College of Florida. First pitch to him. Fastball right over the zone, 0-1. So Mikey Folia finds himself in scoring position for the first time tonight. And Beniski's 0 for 3 on the afternoon, has struck out his last 2 times up. Austin Pacer, the righty, out there on the bump. Checks Folia at second and deals in the 0-1. Another fastball, this one wide and low, evens it up.
27 to Mike McGuire.
The Eastern New Mexico product out there on the mound.
36 to Scott Delavio.
For the Kenosha Kingfish on the season, supporting an ERA of 2.53. He's been great. This is his 10th appearance on the mound. The righty checks Folia at second. Gives him another glance, the 1-1. Swung on, a line drive into shallow right center field. Base hit. They're going to send in Folia. He rounds third. The throw from right field, not on target. Mikey Folia comes in to score. The Bullfrogs take a 2-0 lead. The throw in from Jack Yalowitz comes in off the bag. It would have been in time. It's way off target, about 5 feet left of home plate. Catcher Carson Comer grabs it and nearly tags Mikey Folia. Folia has to dodge the tag and then awkwardly try to touch home plate. Successfully does. And it's the second run of the game. An RBI single for Connor Beniski. His first RBI of the season. Riley Smith now digs in with a runner at second, who got over off of the throw in. Fastball inside, 1-0. Riley Smith on the night, 1 for 3. The jerseys being auctioned off here at Simmons Field. Of course, last night had an auction for some jerseys as well, as they were rocking some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle uniforms. Probably my personal favorites of the entire year. The Minnesota product stands in. Austin Pacer comes set. Stares him down. The righty comes set from the hip. Checks Beniski at second and deals. The 1-0. Fastball that hits the outside black, 1-1.
Number 50 to Randall Lutzy. Number 55 to Randall Lutzy. And finally, number 40 to
Riley Smith steps out of the zone, gets the sign from his coach Sabo, and stands back in. Waves his bat all around his head. Pacer stares him down, now comes set. The Bullfrogs have a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 8th. Throw back to second. Pickoff attempt nearly in time. Beniski there able to slide back in safely. He calls time. I think he might have hurt his finger sliding back in. Might have jammed his finger sliding back in. Hopefully he's all right. Definitely in some pain. Retakes the lead over there. And Riley Smith stands back in. Austin Pacer comes set. Checks the runner at second. Sends in the 1-1. Breaking ball that drops all the way into the dirt. Moves the count to a ball and a strike. Riley Smith out of Sugar Grove, Oklahoma. Of course, one of his high school teammates and college teammates plays in the Northwoods League as well. This past season for Minnesota would bat just 143. Having a solid year this summer, though. 2-1. Swung on, popped up foul, and that'll land into the stands where someone makes the barehanded grab. Best play of the game. Gets a round of applause from the fans as well, and a big smile on his face. But it moves the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pacer out on the bump, has pitched 21 1/3 innings for the Kingfish, dealing in 12 walks and 10 strikeouts. 0-1 record. Has allowed 1 run to come across, that coming in this inning here, where the Frogs take a 2-0 lead. Austin Pacer out on the bump, stares him down. Kicks the leg, the 2-2. Runs high, full count. The Bullfrogs coming into the series on an 8-game losing, or rather coming into the series on a 7-game losing streak. They lose the first game of this series to make it 8 in a row. The franchise longest losing streak. And now if they win today, it would be the season's longest winning streak. Talk about a turnaround. Austin Pacer checks the runner at second, deals in the payoff. Breaking ball finds the inside corner, he's rung up. Strike 3, goes down looking. Dan Leckie, the third baseman, now stands in. Leckie 1 for 3 tonight. And Duffy Dyer comes out to end Austin Pacer's day. Had a solid day out on the mound for the Kenosha Kingfish. Would deal in some solid innings. Ends things off on a strikeout as well. And Duffy Dyer wants to change things up before Dan Leckie, the cleanup hitter, stands in. We're going to step aside for the pitching change. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM. Interesting.
This is number 19 also.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
This summer at Cellcom, save $100 on a new LG G6, and we'll cover your cost to switch from another carrier. Cellcom, built for you. Activation Flex Agreement and data subscription required. Device trade-in required. Restrictions apply. Trademarks and names are property of their respective owners. Visit cellcom.com/save for complete details.
Welcome back to Simmons Field. We are in the top of the 8th inning, and there's a pitching change. Kenosha Kingfish have seen enough from Austin Pacer. He pitched a solid game. Would pitch 2 2/3, allowed just 2 hits and 1 earned run, striking out 1 along the way. They're going to bring in Austin Barado. Barado, the utility player for this Kenosha Kingfish team, bats and plays the field as well for the Kingfish.
5-0, 5-7.
Won himself a national championship this season. Appeared in just 8 games for the Florida Gators. He would bat a 143 in those games. He pitches and plays for them as well. Dan Leckie swings at the first pitch he sees. Base hit left side. They're going to send in Vaneski. Throw from left field off target. He comes across to score, and the Bullfrogs take a 3-0 lead. Dan Leckie wasting no time. First pitch that Austin Barado deals in is a fastball inside. Leckie likes it, takes a cut at it, and sends it into left field for an RBI single.
US Cellular on 75th Street.
Leckie 2 for 4 on the game now, and with an RBI to his name to boot. The Frogs have put 2 across here in the top of the 8th inning now and lead 3-0. There's 2 outs on the board when the second one comes across, and Troy Johnston now digs in. Left-handed hitter out of Gonzaga University. First pitch to him, swung on, line drive left field, another base hit for the Bullfrogs. 2 one-pitch singles for the Frogs. Now runners at first and second. The 4th hit of this 8th inning, and their 8th hit of the game. Struggling at the plate coming into this inning. Their lone run coming off a solo shot from Ben Hart. They had just 8 singles all game. Or rather 4 hits all game, I should say. And after the 1-pitch hit for Troy Johnston, David Mayberry, the left fielder, digs in. He's 0 for 3 tonight after managing a multi-hit day yesterday. First pitch to him, a fastball that clips the inside corner, 0-1.
Happy 9th birthday, Aiden McIntyre.
Mayberry, his last time up, flew out to center field. The right-handed batter stands in, and Barado deals. A breaking ball that is swung on and fouled straight back. Moves the count to no balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs on the board, runners at first and second. We're here in the top of the 8th inning where the Bullfrogs are looking to try to hold on for their 3rd win in a row. It would be the season's longest winning streak. The Frogs have struggled all year, but they have looked good recently. A walk-off victory in Green Bay to close out the home series. A come-from-behind victory yesterday as well. The 0-2 swung on and lined into the fan zone on the right side. Foul. Count remains 0-2. Last night, the Bullfrogs would score 7 unanswered runs after a 3-run first inning. The Kingfish have not managed a run in 15 innings of work. Austin Barado out on the bump, checks the runner at second and deals in the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Barado gets the 3rd out, but not before the Bullfrogs put a run across. That'll do it for the top of the 8th inning. The Bullfrogs lead The Bullfrogs lead 3-0. That does it for the 8th. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned for the bottom half of it.
Combine the flavors of Italy with the heart of the Irish, add some Chicago flair, and you've got Gallagher's Pizza. For the best Chicago-style pizza north of the Illinois border, Gallagher's Pizza is your destination. Call now for delivery or pickup in Green Bay and De Pere. Gallagher's Pizza, home of the best lunch buffet in town.
We all want to be self-sufficient, whether it's fixing projects at home, whether it's changing the oil on the car, or maybe even keeping your checkbook balanced. But when it comes to income taxes, trust me, you don't want to do it yourself. You don't want to do it with someone that just does it 3 months a year as a little sideline job. You need to work with a proactive 24/7 CPA firm that can actually get you results and keep more money in your pocket. Pick up the phone today. 715-735-0583.
Hello and welcome back to Simmons Field. Bottom of the 8th inning about to get underway. The Bullfrogs have a 3-0 lead over the Kingfish. Staring down their first shutout victory of the season and staring down their first 3-game winning streak of the season. The Kingfish has not managed a run in 15 innings. Would score all 3 of their runs yesterday in the first frame. Would be scoreless for the rest. Today, scoreless through 7 complete. We'll see what they can do here in the bottom of the 8th. Jake Esp still out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. Right-handed pitcher out of Villanova kicks the leg and sends in the first of the inning. A breaking ball that runs high, 1-0. Michael Sinks of Central Missouri on the day for the Kenosha Kingfish. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. First one to him after the 1-0 is a fastball inside, 2-0. No outs on the board here in the bottom of the 8th. We just got underway. Frogs lead 3-0. 2-0 pitch, swung on, ground ball to second. Ben Hart has it. The throw to first is in time for out number 1. A bleeder to the second baseman, Ben Hart, takes his time getting the ball, and a nice hard sidearm throw to first is on time and on target. And the Frogs in form tonight. Look good. Tyler Paulson, the designated hitter, now digs in. He's 0 for 3 on the night with 2 strikeouts. Would fly out to center his last time up. Or rather, Austin Barado digs in. Tyler Paulson day comes to a close. So Barado DHing and pitching now for the Kingfish. First one to him. Fastball that runs inside, 1-0.
Be honest, if you're the leadoff batter,
Austin Barado stands back in. The Florida University product just won himself a national championship. The 1-0 runs inside, 2-0. Won himself a ring with the Florida Gators, looking to do the same here in Kenosha. Kenosha in the thick of things when it comes to the playoff picture that it will come around soon. Despite the fact that they're 10-12 here in the second half of the year, they're right on the cusp of making the playoffs. Had a great first half of the season. Top 4 teams make it in. 2-0. Swung on. Line drive right back to Esp. That was dangerous. He dodges out of the way of it, and it's a liner up the middle of the field for a base hit. Jake Esp will let out a sigh of relief because that was almost ugly. Of course, with the things that we've seen in Major League Baseball recently with pitchers getting hit by line drives, it's
shortstop number 17
in the back of your mind. And when you see a line drive in person right back go to your pitcher, it is terrifying looking. But Austin Barado grabs himself a single, and Carson Brashears, the shortstop, digs in. First one to him. Swung on, fouled away left side, 0-1. Brashears out of Gonzaga University on the season of batting just 200. Left-handed batter stands back in. Jake Esp out there on the bump. Supports the number 44 jersey, 0-1. Breaking ball that hits the outside corner. Nice curve there from Esp, moves the count to 0-2. Esp, I guess you could say, pretty relaxed. Top button on the jersey undone. Showing off the chest here, you could say. There's the righty from Villanova, nods his head and sends in the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled away left side. Count remains. Of course, the Bullfrogs pitching staff out in right field before the game, participating in some yoga, led by Anthony Eglin. He's out there. Everyone was following along. If you haven't seen the pictures yet, go give it a glance. It's on Twitter and on Instagram. Jake Esp comes set, sends in the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Now breaking ball that absolutely fools Brashears. Jake Esp's second strikeout on the night. The second time that Carson Brashears has gone down swinging, and we're back up to the top of the lineup. Connor Doyle, the center fielder, now digs in. He's 1 for 4 tonight. Got on base due to an error back in the first. Would strike out in the fourth and ground out to third his last time up. 2 outs on the board, 1 runner on. Esp deals in the first one. A fastball wide, 1-0. Connor Doyle's been successful this season as a leadoff batter. Stolen 20 bases this summer. Has batted .276, but he struck out quite a lot of times. Last night would break the franchise record for strikeouts in a season. He swings at the 1-0 pitch and fouls it away into the grandstands. 1-1. Not the deepest of grandstands here. They sit at just about 7 rows deep or so, but they go all the way down into right and left field. So you can fit a good amount of people in here. Of course, tonight's crowd close to 3,000. A nice Sunday night game. Skies have stayed blue. The 1-1 shows bunt but pulls it away. Came across for a strike either way. 1-2. Doyle didn't like it. The University of San Diego product steps out of the box and readjusts his batting gloves. Gives his bat a couple of check swings, practice swings if you will. Touches home plate twice with his bat, now waves it around his head. Esp glances at second base, realizes no one's there, and then looks at first. Sends in the 1-2, breaking ball low. Evens it up 2-2. Esp, I guess, a little too relaxed, not even sure where the runner's at. I mean, completely looked at second base thinking someone was over there. Then he realized it and kind of tried to play it off, taking a glance over at first. Now he looks at first and comes set. The 2-2. Swung on and found a way left side over towards the on-deck circle, where Mike Madej hops up and makes the play. And the count will stay. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Bullfrogs 4 outs away from their first shutout victory of the season, but by no means is it a game that will be easy for them. They lead by just 3. 2-2. Swung on, slow grounder to first. Bourbon makes the backhanded play, stands up, runs to first, and beats out Connor Doyle into a foot race to the first base bag for out number 3. An unassisted out to end the 8th inning. The Bullfrogs leave a runner stranded. That will do it for the 8th. The Bullfrogs 3 outs away from their first shutout victory and 3 outs away from their first 3-game winning streak. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM.
When you're looking for the perfect game for your appetite, look no further than Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium meats and veggies, then topped with over half a pound of 100% fresh, real mozzarella cheese made right here in Wisconsin, every Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizza is a home run. Made with the hungry in mind, Brewpub pizzas are big, bold, and belong in the big leagues of the frozen pizza industry. Enjoy a delicious piece of Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizza right now from the concession stand, or pick one up at your local favorite grocery store. Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
At 24/7 Well and Pump Service, we mean just that. Water will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407, and a licensed professional will come out to your site. Whether it is a water system installation, repair, well inspection, or install underground water lines, they'll be there. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407. We're in the Oconto Falls area Yellow Pages. 24/7 Well and Pump Service, Fireside Road, Oconto Falls.
Visiting teams and combinations are brought to you by American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. For toll-free reservations, contact 800-634-3444. American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. Welcome to genuine American Inn hospitality.
And welcome back to Kenosha, Wisconsin and southern Wisconsin. Simmons Field. The Bullfrogs have a 3-0 lead over the Kenosha Kingfish in the top of the 9th inning, staring down their 3rd straight victory over this Kingfish team. They haven't managed 3 wins all year. First pitch into Willie Bourbon outside a 1-0. Of course, that is 3 wins in a row all year. Coming into this series against the Kingfish on a franchise worst 7-game losing streak. Would lose the first game of the series ugly, 12-4, to make it 8 in a row. Nearly all hope lost for the Bullfrogs team. Didn't even know if they were going to manage to bounce back whatsoever. Last in the South Division, had a 3-17 record at the time. Would win the 2nd game of that series in a walk-off fashion. The 1-0 pitch runs wide, 2-0. 2-1 comes in, it's swung on and missed, 2-1. Would win last night's game from behind, scoring 7 unanswered runs after going down 3-0, and are here in the top of the 9th inning, leading 3-0. Willie Bourbon stands back in the 2-1. Fastball high, 3-0. Austin Barato still out on the mound for the Kenosha Kingfish, a utility player who bats, plays defense, and pitches. The guy does it all. A Florida product out there. And the right-handed pitcher stares down Bourbon. He waves his bat around. The 3-1 comes in. Swung on. Ground ball to the second baseman, Mike Madej. He grabs it. A throw to first is low, and the pick is not made from Derek Banger. Can't scoop it out of the dirt, and it's going to be an error against the Kenosha Kingfish. Ben Hart digs in now for the Green Bay Bullfrogs.
Now batting for the Bullfrogs.
The right-handed hitter out of Oakland University. Having a solid game tonight. Managed a solo shot back in the 5th to give the Bullfrogs the 1-0 lead. They would put 2 runs across in the top of the 8th, and that's all the runs we've seen all night. First pitch into Ben Hart comes in from Barato. It's a fastball that runs wide, 1-0. Ben Hart on the season, 4 home runs if you include the last one, and 17 RBIs. A guy that's really found his stride here recently, comes into the game in his last 10, batting .364. Runner off from first, swung on and missed, or did it make contact with it? I think it did. Something flies off of the bat, it looked like. Or rather, it was the Evo shield of Ben Hart that flies off. A huge swing from Ben Hart. Sends the Evo shield flying. I don't think I've seen that all season. It moves the count to 1-1. Willie Bourbon has to come back to first as Hart fouled it away. Bourbon takes a lead over there. Surprised he took off. Hasn't done so that often this year. The 1-1. Runs high. 2 balls and a strike now. In fact, Willie Bourbon all season has not stolen a base. Was going to try to take off there. Has been caught stealing 3 times this year, though. A 2-1 count to Ben Hart. Dorado kicks the leg, sends it in. Fastball low and inside, 3-1. Bullfrogs looking for their first shutout victory all year. They have held teams to 1 run this year a couple of times, but not once have they shut out an opponent. Their pitching has struggled all season. In fact, as a pitching staff, an ERA that sits at 6.12. 3-1 pitch comes in from Dorado. Comes across for a strike. Runner takes off from first, and Willie Bourbon is out. He doesn't slide in. If he does, he likely would have been safe. He just kind of runs into second. I think he thought that the throw was going into the outfield. A deke from Mike Madej, possibly. Jumps in the air as if to show Willie Bourbon that it's going to go into the outfield, and catches it about chest level and tags Willie Bourbon. Payoff. Swung on. Chopper foul left side. So Willie Bourbon caught stealing for the 4th time this season, still looking for that first stolen base.
Hey, Fond du Lac won again.
No outs on the board, or rather 1 out on the board here after the runner caught stealing from Bourbon. And Hart stands in. Payoff. Swung on. Grounder to the second baseman. Diving. Can't make the play. And Ben Hart grabs himself a single. And with it, an out on the board, another base runner for the Bullfrogs. Could have been 2, but a successful deke from Mike Madej gets the runner out at second, and Willie Bourbon, who was caught stealing. And Zach Plunkett, the catcher, digs in. Zach Plunkett, the catcher, out of the University of Arkansas, 0 for 3 tonight, flew out to left field his last time up. Ben Hart takes the lead over at first, and Austin Dorado, the right-handed hurler, deals in the first pitch of the at-bat. It's a fastball and is swung on and missed. Plunkett late on it, 0-1. Frogs with a 3-0 lead here in the top of the 9th frame. Looking to add another insurance run. 1 out on the board, 1 runner on. 0-1. Swung on, a blooper into shallow center. Tracking back is the second baseman, Mike Madej, who raises the glove and records the second out. 2 away. Back up to the top of the lineup, Mikey Falia, the center fielder, will dig in. He's 2 for 4 tonight.
Center fielder number 28, Mikey Falia.
Would work the single his last time up and come around to score. The leadoff batter stands in. Ben Hart takes the lead over at first. The Irvine product awaits, and Austin Dorado, the righty, comes set, nods his head, and steps off the rubber. Whole family's come here to watch Mikey Falia play, and they've watched him play well. 2 for 4 tonight, managed a couple of singles last night as well, and did so at home also. First pitch to him. Breaking ball that hits the outside zone. 0-1. Last night, Folia went 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a walk. Would lead off that 7th inning after the light delay with an RBI single that would break the game open for the Bullfrogs.
The 49ers won.
The 0-1 swung on a blooper into shallow right field. And it's a base hit for Mikey Folia. Jack Yalowitz thought about possibly diving in for that play. If he would have made the play, it would have ended the frame, but if he would have dropped it or missed it, it likely would have scored the speedster in Ben Hart. So instead, he elects to allow it to drop in front of him for a base hit. It's the 10th of the game for the Bullfrogs. Their bats have been hot recently. And that'll bring up the 2-all hitter in Connor Bigniski. Bigniski 1 for 4 tonight with an RBI. Runners at first and second now. Ben Hart standing at the 2 bag and Folia at first. Bigniski swings at the first one he sees and fouls it away left side. 0-1. Bigniski out of the State College of Florida. Of course, known for its baseball program, would redshirt this past season. Austin Barado out on the bump, stares him down, kicks the leg, sends in the 0-1. Fastball high and wide, evens it up 1-1. The 1-1 runs high, moves the count to 2 balls and a strike now. Austin Barado out there on the bump. Steps back on, toes the rubber. Bigniski, the left-handed batter, stands in with an open stance. Runners at first and second, 2 outs on the board. The 2-1 runs high and wide, 3 balls and a strike now. Frogs have a 3-0 lead over the Kenosha Kingfish. Kingfish have not scored a run in 16 innings against the Bullfrogs. Would post 3 in the first inning yesterday and have not scored since. The Frogs, of course, would come back to win that game 7-3 yesterday and are staring down their 3rd straight win. 3-1. Swung on, line drive foul left side. Bounces off a couple of cars and rolls around in the parking lot. And it moves the count to a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Staying on deck for the Bullfrogs is Riley Smith. And the Frogs looking to add an insurance run here to bring into the 9th inning. Payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled away left side. There is a right-handed hurler warming up in the pen for the Bullfrogs to close out the game. Of course, Jake Asp pitched the last 2 frames for the Bullfrogs, dealing some solid innings. Barado out on the bump, stares down Bigniski. Waves his bat around. Payoff pitch. Check swing, it finds the corner and he's rung up. Bigniski can't believe it. Throws his bat, yells at the umpire, and walks back to the dugout frustrated. 2nd time tonight that Bigniski thought that it wasn't a strikeout. And he walks into the dugout frustrated, throwing his helmet. Puts his cap on. And the Bullfrogs are 3 outs away from their 3rd straight win this season and their 1st shutout of the year. New pitcher coming out to the mound. Stay tuned. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM.
I have no idea. Attention, pizza lovers. Have you tried a Brew Pub pizza? Designed to be the best of the best pub pizzas ever made, every Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies and topped with over a ½ pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizzas are made right here in Wisconsin. Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizzas are available at your local grocer and tavern. Check Brew Pub Pizzas out at facebook.com/brewpubpizza and get more details at brewpubpizza.com. Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizzas, official frozen pizza of the Green Bay Bullfrogs.
We all want to be self-sufficient, whether it's fixing projects at home, whether it's changing the oil on the car, or maybe even keeping your checkbook balanced. But when it comes to income taxes, trust me, you don't want to do it yourself. You don't want to do it with someone that just does it 3 months a year as a little sideline job. You need to work with a proactive 24/7 CPA firm that can actually get you results and keep more money in your pocket. Pick up the phone today, 715-735-0583.
Hello and welcome back to Kenosha here at Simmons Field. New pitcher out on the mound. Guess who it is? Nick Parr, the guy who closed out the game, pitching 4 scoreless for the Bullfrogs, walking none and striking out 7. The Bullfrogs 3 outs away from their first shutout of the season. They lead 3-0 here in the bottom of the ninth, and Mike Madej will dig in. First pitch to him. Swung on. Fly ball deep into right. Tracking back to the warning track. Gone. A solo shot for Mike Madej, and the Kenosha Kingfish on the board. Nick Parr sent out confidently from the coaching staff of the Green Bay Bullfrogs to try to close out the game and to make it 5 scoreless innings. Mike Madej says not so fast, launches a fly ball over the right field wall and gives the Kenosha Kingfish their first run in 16 innings. They had been shut out in the last 8 frames yesterday, shut out in the first 8 frames today, and Mike Madej had seen enough. He sends a solo shot over the right field wall, and it will be the meat of the lineup that the Frogs will have to get past. Jack Yalowitz digs in. He's 1 for 2. Would hit a ground rule double over the right field wall back in the 7th inning and has been hit by 2 pitches tonight. Watches a fastball go by for a strike, 0-1. Parr kicks the leg, the 0-1. A breaking ball that hits the outside corner, and Parr gets ahead 0-2, bouncing back quickly from the solo shot. Nick Parr kicks the leg, the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Frogs 2 outs away. So Nick Parr scratched that home run and struck out 8 batters. Bouncing back emphatically from the solo shot. Zach Plunkett, while the batter was running around the bases, goes out to the mound to have a word with him. And Nick Parr, just as confident as he was when he walked up into the game, now stands out there on the mound and stares down Derek Bangert, who's been hit by 2 pitches tonight, has a single and a walk. Swings at the first one, 0-1. Has gotten on base all 4 times tonight. Has 52 RBIs on the year, 10 home runs, and batting .297. Parr kicks the leg, the 0-1. Fastball that runs low and inside, 1-1. Parr comes set. Takes a breath, rocks back the 1-1. Breaking ball that just runs low, missing the zone by inches. 2 balls and a strike now, and out on the board, the Bullfrogs. 2 outs away from their first shutout victory in their first 3-game winning streak of the year. The 2-1. Swung on, popped up into left field. Tracking back is the shortstop, who's called off by the left fielder, David Mayberry, who gets underneath of it and makes the grab for out number 2. The first time we've mentioned David Mayberry's name out there in left field all night. Frogs an out away now from their first shutout victory. Or I guess it's not a shutout anymore, as Mike Madej would have none of that. An out away from a victory, though. It would be their 3rd straight. Nick Canavas digs in. First pitch to him. Fastball right over Broadway. 0-1. Nick Parr out of Oakland University out there on the bump. Nick Canavas of Kent State stands in. Coming into the game, batting .285 on the year. The 0-1. Fastball over the plate again. 0-2. 0-2. Parr gets ahead. The Bullfrogs 1 strike away now from coming away with their first 3-game winning streak. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, and it's a strikeout that closes things out for the Bullfrogs. They win 3 straight, the first time all year. Coming into this winning streak, the Bullfrogs had lost 8 in a row, 8 games in a row. The longest losing streak in franchise history, but something has clicked against this Kenosha Kingfish team. They split the season series 4 games to 4 games. They win the overall series here 3 games to 1, and the Bullfrogs improve on their season. 6-17 now. The team looks good. They're in form. Pitchers have pitched well. Hitters have hit well. Fielders have fielded well. The Bullfrogs win tonight, and they are back in action tomorrow at home against the Wisconsin Woodchucks. Tune in for that game. That game set on Monday night for your average 7:05 showdown. They'll face off against the Woodchucks again on Tuesday, have a day off on Wednesday, face off against the Woodchucks on Thursday and Friday in Wausau, and then we'll travel out to Rockford for 2 games. Bullfrogs looked great tonight. Stay tuned until next time. As always, it's a pleasure calling Green Bay Bullfrogs baseball. We will have the post-game show after this. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM.
We've heard it time and time again. You want local loan decisions and servicing, faster turnaround, and answers to your questions handled right here in Oconto. At the Stevenson National Bank and Trust, we've got all of those bases covered, from local loan decisions and on-time closings to great rates and fair terms. Visit me, Bob Schwartz, at the Stevenson National Bank and Trust. I've helped many people, and now I'd like to help you with your next loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
Field, the Bullfrogs win 3-1. Kenosha Kingfish stopped the shutout as Mike Madej would hit a solo shot in the bottom of the 9th inning, but it would not be enough. The Bullfrogs hold on to win. Nick Parr, he gets the save for the Bullfrogs, dealing in 2 strikeouts in that 9th frame. Responded to a solo shot. You start to feel a bit nervous after Mike Madej absolutely unloaded on it, but they would get past the thick of the lineup. They would strike out Yalowitz, make Bingert pop up, and strike out Canavas to end the game, and the Bullfrogs win 3-1. Winning pitcher on the night for the Bullfrogs is the starting pitcher, Connor Wallersheim. Losing pitcher for the Kenosha Kingfish would be Michael Costanzo, as he would allow a home run against Ben Hart back in the 5th frame. The Bullfrogs would post 2 runs in the 8th inning, 2 RBI singles that really put them away from it. Let's take a look at the scores around the league and then take a look at the in-depth box score presented by the Knight family. The La Crosse Loggers beat the Rochester Honkers 7-5. The Mankato Moondogs beat the Thunder Bay Border Cats 10-1. The Bismarck Larks, they lose to the Waterloo Bucks 10-11. Waterloo Bucks coming back to score 3 runs in that bottom of the 9th. The Fond du Lac Dock Spiders put it on the Kalamazoo Growlers. They win 13-4. The Rockford Rivets in Wausau beat the Woodchucks 9-6. In the bottom of the 9th inning, the Mallards are trying to come back. They trail 4-3 against the Battle Creek Bombers. The Lakeshore Chinooks lose to the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters 6-2. The Green Bay Bullfrogs, in a 2-hour and 48-minute game, beat the Kenosha Kingfish 3-1. The Duluth Huskies, they lose to the St. Cloud Rocks 3-6. And the Wilmer Stingers, in the bottom of the 5th inning, currently trail the Eau Claire Express 2-9. Let's take a look at the box score presented by the Knight family. The Green Bay Bullfrogs took a 1-0 lead in the game in the top of the 5th inning off the bat of Ben Hart, who would launch a solo shot. In the 8th inning, the Frogs would plate 2 more runs, an RBI single from Dan Leckie and an RBI single from Connor Bigniski, the first RBI of Bigniski's career as a Bullfrog. Winning pitcher on the night, Connor Wallersheim. Losing pitcher, Michael Costanzo. Nick Park comes in to get the save in the 9th inning a day after he gets the win for the Bullfrogs, pitching scoreless against the Kingfish. Mikey Falia goes 3 for 5 tonight with a run scored. Connor Beniski 1 for 5 with an RBI and a run. Riley Smith 1 for 4. Dan Leckie 2 for 4 with an RBI. Troy Johnston 1 for 4 tonight. David Mayberry 0 for 4. Willie Bourbon went 0 for 4. Ben Hart went 2 for 3 tonight with a run scored, an RBI, and a walk. Zach Plunkett goes 0 for 4 tonight. And your pitchers, winning pitcher, Connor Wallersheim, dealt in 7 strikeouts, allowed just 1 walk, allowed 5 hits, and pitched 5 frames for the Frogs. Ethan Ivanko comes in to pitch a scoreless inning for the Bullfrogs. Jake Esp comes in to pitches two scoreless innings for the Bullfrogs and got 2 hits in the contest, or rather allowed 2 hits in the contest, but threw in 2 strikeouts. Nick Park gets the save tonight. He pitched the 9th inning, allowed 1 run off of 1 hit, would not walk any, and would deal in 2 strikeouts. Notable batters for the Kingfish. Madej went 2 for 5 tonight with a solo shot. He's the only one with a multi-hit game. Costanzo pitches 5 frames, allows 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, struck out 5. Baser comes in. He pitches 2 frames, not allowing a hit, a earned run, or a walk. And Barado, he would deal in 2 innings of work, allow 6 hits, 2 earned runs, and struck out 3. That'll do it here in Green Bay. The Bullfrogs improved to 18-40 on the season. The Kingfish dropped to 32-27. The Frogs improved to 6-17 on the year. And the Green Bay, or rather the Kenosha Kingfish, dropped to 10-13. A 3-game winning streak for the Bullfrogs, the longest of the season. And it comes at the most interesting time, coming off of a 8-game losing streak. That'll do it here in Green Bay. Thanks for Dave back in the studio helping me out tonight. And thanks to all of you who have tuned in across the country listening to Green Bay Bullfrog Baseball. As always, it's a pleasure calling Bullfrogs Baseball. Stay tuned till next time. We'll be on the waves at 6:55 tomorrow for the pregame show against the Wisconsin Woodchucks. We will catch you then. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Peace.